Hello? Hi. Hang on one second. Yeah, hello.
Hi, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, good. How was your weekend?
It was okay. It was, like, foggy a little and
Yeah, it was.
raining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially I feel like Saturday was I think rain on Saturday. Yesterday wasn't so bad. And when I started yesterday, it wasn't so bad. Yeah. Yeah. So how are you? How are things in practice?
Um, um, well, alright.
Mhm.
Paranormal.
For the most part, things are all right.
Yeah. Um, um, like, did you hear what was going on? Like, there's a lot of bad stuff in the news too, aside from like my life.
Yeah. Mhm.
There's like whatchamacallit, like Ukraine and Russia are still fighting, and they're trying to take away. Did you hear like last week it was more major because they were trying to take away abortion rights. They were trying to overturn Roe versus Wade. But like, yeah, they failed. But like they failed to codify it too. I feel a little bit insecure. I've been feeling insecure about like living in this country in general because of what's happened to me and just what's happening in
Yeah.
general, because I didn't see that coming. I thought, you know what, whatever's happening to me is like happening to me.
Mhm.
But then that just um it's just like they're really like disrespecting women, you know?
Mhm.
Like they can't like you know revert this law. Like it'll be like devastating, you know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and I've been sitting there like kind of thinking about how this government works and like what makes it different. Because like when you're a kid, you think you take everything at face value. You go, oh well, freedom.
I'm a kid now. What?
I know. Hi, honey. Do you mind going to play or something? Are you yawning? Do you mind going to do something else right now? He
Okay.
just came over to give me a hug. Yeah, but like you know, like you don't really feel like it's just like an ideal and all this stuff like you have to prove and fight for, and it's just like so many like problems,
Mhm.
you know, with like that like hit you home with like the legal system, and and that was just disrespectful. I don't know how to talk about this, but I don't feel like secure here. I've been angry at the government, and like I've been angry before. I'm angry at like the healthcare, and I'm angry at like this abortion, like who's like they're trying to split up the states on it, and then I don't know, it just sounds like scary. Like nobody's like, just the idea that they would make um you know, such extreme change in such a short time, and almost nobody knew about it. it it makes
Mhm.
me insecure. Like they're not, because people have like faith in the government and stuff, and like it's demoralizing when um you think they could just pull something over your head like that, right? I mean, generally,
Yeah.
like I guess I'm stupid because like I should be aware that yeah, they could just do that, you know. But you know, like I've been sitting here like dealing with like my personal problems, and I'm like, well, you know, at least like that issue was secure. But then it's like, I don't know, it just makes me insecure, you know. And then there's this war with Russia and stuff. It's a little crazy. I don't know. I have.
No, I understand what you're saying, especially because, at least for me, coming to this country and people in other countries, they come to America because supposedly, for the American dream.
But I'm gonna make it Westwound. I mean, could I do something
land
with
of the
controller? But I'm gonna make it Westwound.
Okay. Yes.
Where's the controller?
I'm not sure. I think it's on the side by the bed, on top of the computer. Yeah, no, I think
It's
people
not
just come
fair
here for money.
either.
Some of them look
It's
out.
not fair
Like
either.
most of them look out.
It's not fair either.
Okay, well hang on 1 second. Is it on the bed? Can you look on the bed? But I feel like it's horrible, like, I don't know, like what's happening, it's horrible. I just,
Yeah, no, it definitely is horrible.
and like sometimes you don't know who to turn to, you know, for help or whatever, like if something personal happens to you, because it's
Still can't find it.
such a messed up
Still can't
bureaucracy.
find
Okay,
it.
hang on 1 second. I'm sorry, can you hold on 1 second?
Sure, go ahead.
Can you put the pillows back on the bed? Because I don't know. I know, but I can't really find it.
Here, it was over here. Here you go. Just don't make it too loud. Yeah, I'm back, and like what they pulled, like it makes me think that everything's like financially motivated. You know, like it's a good thing. Like I guess I used to think it's a good thing, and they call it freedom because it does give people's views like equal like opportunity, as long as you know they have the like finances. And you know, like finances could be like emotionally motivated, like a lot of people go with this, so a lot of people finance this. But then weird things happen like this, like, oh well, how did they win? Like how could they even like try to pass like a bill like that?
This war
you know?
is crazy.
I'm not talking about the war. Can you go? I'm not talking about the war though. Because I'm not talking about the war, baby. I thought you were gonna go watch TV, honey. You know? And like what's happening to my son, like nobody, like, and me with like my diarrhea and stuff, like nobody wants to say anything. Or like if I feel like I'm being harassed, like nobody wants to listen. And that's what financially motivated too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, like this ideal of freedom, like who's really free in their viewpoint when, you know, for you to have any sort of validation, you have to go with a large group of people. Otherwise, you're like on your own and sitting there like twiddling your thumbs, like you can't say anything because you don't have the finances to back you. Because I know like the legal system works like that too. Like those lawyers, they just basically like shake hands. You know, if it's like a good lawyer and he's already done with school, and like they know that, you know, this is an outstanding lawyer, he'll just win the case he just goes and has a chat with like the judge, and they'll just win the case like for you. There's like no case. It's not like on TV, like where they sit there and these people like think about what they're saying or whatever. Maybe if it's like a big case, but like little civil cases, I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think that this country is not what thought it would be, you know? But it's still tough because even though I feel like there's a lot of unfairness in the world, when I think about places to live, it's hard for me to think because of the ease of this country. It's hard for me to even think of moving to a different country. You know, like it's hard for me to say, okay, I don't like the U.S. I'm going to pack my bags and move
I don't
to
know. I'll fix it for you.
Denmark.
Hang on. Can you hold on 1
You
second?
know? Sure, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I think like for a person with me, for a person like me, I think it's all the same. Like I lived in another country for like a couple of years, and it's all the same. Like I don't understand what they mean by ease. Like I think people are like the same everywhere, and you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's tough.
They
I mean, I
they,
know
they
they
just
are.
they don't have like
Mhm.
I don't know, like I wouldn't know because there's a lot of things here that like go on only here, and there's a lot of things there that go on only there, and you'll only know about it like when you leave, you know. So like I
Yeah.
can't really judge, but
Mhm.
you know, as far as like people get threatened by like, you know, being like somewhere and not having enough to eat or something, I don't think that's true. I think it's like the same everywhere. It's just I feel like disrespected here. I feel like I've been harassed,
Mhm.
and I feel like, you know, my government's not looking out for me.
Mhm. Yeah. And I agree. I agree. I do think that, especially right now, like we were just talking about abortion rights, you would think that a democracy country like the U.S., the fact that you're actually discussing this, like it's so outrageous to me. The fact that they are trying to police women's bodies is outrageous. Like, what? I didn't think that would ever happen in America. So it's out of control.
I mean, yeah, and it kind of, they even said that the bill draft leaked. Like, they didn't have to inform anybody. It was just between, like, those senators that were writing it up. They didn't really have to inform anybody before they just passed this bill, you know?
Mhm.
And now they're making it like a thing. Like I even read in a paper, a lot of people feel confused now because a lot of Republicans were pro-choice, and now it's like they can't like be Republican. Like they just divided people like that, and you know, it just makes me feel like I don't really like. It's not like that big of a deal, you know. Like if you don't know what's going on. But then when something like that happens, when it can affect your personal life, like your sex life,
Yeah.
you get really mad. Like, you know, even with
Mhm.
all my other problems, it just felt like that insult was like the topper on like all my other problems, you know? So as positive
Yeah.
as I can like remain and think, well, my child still loves me. I know. I think you could just make it one player, baby. You could make it one player, and then you could switch it back. Press plus. So like, yeah. So like, even like with all my positivity that I'm gonna be okay and like things are gonna go my way. Somebody's gonna help me like with my harassment and my diarrhea. Like I still feel like that insulted that I don't know about, like, you know, I don't know about this government. Like I really I don't know what to do, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you have every right to feel that way. You know, I think there's a lot of people right now that are more or less on the same boat where they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is happening. On top of everything else that's happening right now in the world, in the U.S., it's like now women have to worry about their ability to make a decision about their bodies. So I think it's very, very concerning. Yeah, it's outrageous. It's out of control. So much happening. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a healthcare system, right? And it's, again, it's somebody's like some of these people are financially like motivated. Like, I don't know how exactly this works. Like, that's the thing. This is like a minor procedure anyway. Like, if you considering how much it costs, as opposed
Yeah.
to, because I was sitting there thinking about that, as opposed to like the problems that can arise from this situation. I just feel like it's like an irrational government. Like, somebody's not really thinking, like they're thinking like greedy minded, like, what can I do to make this swing my way? But they're not thinking of the consequences for everybody, because a law is for everybody. And they've been doing weird things like that lately. Like, I'm not like that upset about it anymore, but like my son, when he got circumcised by this lady, it was because they had cut costs, you know. And it's like,
Yeah.
how do you do that? Like, they even had like, I mean, like, I don't care now, but they had like a movie, it's called Men in Tights, and they had like a sign, circumcision's half off. I just remembered that because like, isn't that like hysterically funny? Like, you can't cut costs on some procedures. Same thing like goes, like, if we think about it, like some types of dental work, like a doctor will make a choice based on how much money they're gonna make, you know, instead of like, what is the best health option for this person, you know. And it's things like that. Like, I get like a little bit like curious sometimes, like, is this really like the best place to live? Because you hear people talking about it, like, you hear like there's like ratings on quality of life and stuff, like, you know. And then what happened to me, like my personal experience, it's just been so freaking bad, you know. Like, I don't know, like, and nobody, again, it's like echoing like
He's back. Look.
what's happening to me on a small scale, and what's happening, yeah, I see that. Like, what's happening, it's just making me think these things, like, these people are like small-minded, and like, you know, there's like no solid unity in this because of irrational behavior, because people don't think about, well, okay, now, but what's gonna happen in, like, you know, some time or something. Like, people could get hurt, or, you know, it's making me kind of like angry. Like, you think like maybe like all these people are like just like greedy pigs or something.
Oh!
Yeah, and I think that that's what sucks
Whoa!
about living in the U.S. One of the things, because
Baby, be quiet.
the good thing about certain European countries as far as healthcare, and this is not all of the European countries, but I know certain European countries do have free healthcare, or you pay a very minimum amount. And I don't necessarily think that people encounter the same medical concerns that we do here in the U.S. You know, like, even medication here in the U.S. is outrageous. Like, the cost of medication, prescription,
Yeah, and then
everything
nobody
else
can
like that.
afford it, so they need the insurance to pay for it, you know. Unlike
Yeah.
in certain countries, like, just the cost is less, and some people do pay out of pocket for their medications. Yeah, you're right. You know, and it's also like things like, you know, it's just like maybe like I don't even know. I don't know how much like these people get paid or whatever, but like in my experience, like people run you around too, and they like, you know, they sometimes they prescribe like excess medications too, you know, just because it's simple for them to like just get their prescription pad out and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, I just, I don't know, I just, ew. And then like on top of all of that, like why on earth like would they like what's going on right now that this would ever be considered positive with outlawing abortion, like right now? Like we're not in like an age of prosperity where people would consider this, you know. It's just gonna create like a lot of problems.
Right. Yeah.
And then this was allowed because somebody lobbied for it, and like somebody had the money, or these senators were just in place to do this at this time. Like they didn't sit there and think. They said, "Yay, let's go for it. This is our push. This is our thing to do." You know, people are like that, and it's just gross.
Yeah.
They're not like, they're not being rational, because rational people will go, "Well, what's going on right now? How would this work?" You know. And it was kind of gross. Like I had a grosser week than usual, you know. But the usual is getting like TikTok, like what's going on.
Yeah. No, you are absolutely right. This is not, you know, it's not like the U.S. is having a whole bunch of babies, or like there's really no. I mean, there's never a good reason to abolish abortion or anything along those lines, but there's absolutely no reasoning. If anything, a whole bunch of people died during COVID.
Yeah, it's not progressive. Like, oh, I was just Googling it, and I Googled Canada, and they said that in Canada they like their abortion is on demand and everything, and they have the smallest abortion rate globally, even though there's like zero abortion laws, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just not progressive. It's like a crazy law, you know. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, and like I had a skin issue. Like I bought a product, and I think there was something in it, and I saved it. Because accidentally, sometimes I'm crazy. Sometimes I think the UPS guy is trying to help me, because he took the wrong package from me. So now I have this evidence if anybody ever wants to take a look. Because this stuff like burned the skin under my eyes, and it was just like really like bad stuff. So I saved it. I saved one whole one, I think, one that I didn't even mess with. But again, I don't know, like nobody cares.
Have you tried calling like the company?
They take returns, but I saved it just in case it's something else. Like, what company would I be calling? You know?
Yeah. What kind of product is it?
It's like an under eye. Yeah, it's like an under eye, like stick.
I see. Yeah. Well, you definitely have some type of evidence now, so that's a good thing.
I feel like I can't like really like make anyone do anything for me. You know, not just with a stick, just, you know, what I've been talking about. Like, how can, like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
I just, sometimes I think, like, I think like people are like vultures, like they're waiting for me to like get into a really bad mood or like get sick or something, and then that's their meal. Like I'm their meal ticket if I die. So like, I don't know. Is that sick?
Yeah, that is sick. That is a little sick.
I don't know
Why would
because
you
like
think
when
that?
I don't know because I just feel like there's very few people that have been trying to be helpful towards me in my life. You know,
Mhm.
very few.
Yeah, but what would happen if you, I mean, God forbid, if you was to
Like if I
die?
got no, I mean if I
That
got
would
sick
be,
or something, like say like I got sick like with COVID or something, like I feel like this some people would be like oh joy and benefit
COVID
from
is
it. Like my
cute.
neighbors.
COVID
yeah.
is cute, right?
COVID is a killer,
Yeah.
but COVID's gone now, thank God.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
or if like I'm in a bad mood, like somebody doesn't want to make me feel better, somebody wants to make me feel worse, wants to make sure that like I could be like categorized as like an irresponsible person.
Yeah, I don't think you should think that way. I think that that's a very, very negative way of thinking. You know, it's like
I feel
catastrophizing.
like it's defensive. I don't feel like it's negative so much as defensive because I told you I'm trying
Yeah.
to like be positive. I'm staying in a positive mind. I just feel heavily offended.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, I see.
Like, why did all this stupid stuff happen to us? You know, why did they circumcise him like that? You know,
Mhm.
why am I getting diarrhea?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I think when it's hard to kind of really look at the positive side when there are other,
he's
when there
dead.
are so many challenges
Good job.
taking place. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm okay. I'm just like angry a little.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you have every right to be. Like, I feel like you have every right to be upset and angry about, the situation and the things that are happening right now. You
Mission
know,
in
like,
this
I
era,
think,
which is
I think that is
kill the boss
warranted.
with not being hit once. Yeah, it's this mission you have to do, kill the boss
Yeah.
and not being hit once. I never did
But I'm glad that
that.
you are at least trying to remain optimistic, so that's good. Despite the challenges.
Yeah, I'm trying
and
to be. I'm
everything
still
else that's going
thinking
on in your
about
life.
like how I'm gonna, like I don't know. I have like, I don't know. Like Dima put on weight and I put on weight. Like I'm still thinking like, what would I look like if like that weight was gone? Because I don't know. Like you think we could both have thyroid problems? Like because we have the same symptoms.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not like a medical professional. Or I do know that I put on
But
a
don't
bit
you think
weight
that's
and
like not
like,
likely, like that two people have thyroid problems, or you think that could happen? It could happen for some weird reason.
no, I don't, I'm not sure because I don't know. That's not my expertise. I mean, it could be a possibility. I know people do put on weight initially when they do have thyroid issues, but I could tell you
But we're not
that,
like blood relatives or anything, you know. Like, is if that's
Yeah.
usually genetic, we're not blood relatives.
But I do know for sure that I put on a few over the last 2 years. I did put on a few pounds, and so have pretty much most of my friends and everybody that I have had video sessions with, from some of the clients, even the kids. A lot of the kids have put on probably close to 15 to 20 pounds. A lot of people have. I'm not saying that that's necessarily your and Dima's issue. I'm just talking about over the last 2 years during the whole COVID situation, because of less activity, more sitting down, we're really going out as
It was
much.
kind of like before
I put on-
COVID. I don't know, man. I feel like oh my God, I'm being a nuisance, right?
I mean, I don't think you're being a nuisance. I think that I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. It was, even if you was to Google it right now, like over the last 2 years, people have definitely put on a whole lot of weight. So that's just the reality of the situation. I know for sure because I weigh myself on a daily basis, and
Yeah, but they don't all have diarrhea, and they don't all have hair loss.
I mean, your situation is different, you know, and
I know,
you have to,
but do you know? Like, I don't want to, I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm feeling angry.
yeah, I mean, it's an upsetting situation. I do get it. I know it's a very upsetting situation when there's not that much that you can do, right? Because I know I told you to maybe talk to your
Exactly. Like, I'm not
physician,
expecting anything anymore. Like, I'm talking to you, and I'm not expecting to, like, feel all of a sudden elated. I guess you're just someone to talk to.
yeah. I mean, I think that as far as your issue, it is definitely a physical health issue. It seems like, right? I mean, if you're gaining weight or your hair is falling out and everything else like that. Like,
I did talk to them, though. They said it was nothing. Like, they said it was nothing.
So they just dismissed it. I mean,
Yeah, they just dismissed it.
fair.
Dima, they told he has thyroid issues. I guess if I persist, they'll tell me I have thyroid issues as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know better. Sometimes it's just like I know better,
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, it's tough. It's tough because you've been dealing with this for a few years now. Over a year, 2 years, 3 years. Because I remember when you used to come to the office, you used to tell me.
Well, not
that,
much has changed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get one. Not much has changed. I guess I could get one if you want me to. Is that what you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, is that what you want? Do you want me to get a physical?
I mean, I think it's tough being in your situation and also trying to maintain a positive attitude, but that's all you can do as of right now. Like it's not easy for me to be hypocritical for me to be like try to be positive when your hair is falling out and you have diarrhea every day or every other day, but you have to kind of try to look for the positives in your life.
I have the more ability.
Nice. No, I do stay positive. I have a lot of good things in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more like what can I expect from others that's bothering me,
Mm-hmm.
I love my body.
Yeah.
I love my son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, it's tough. So, but definitely try to be as positive as you possibly can be right now, despite the challenges and everything else that you're going through. That's all you can do for now. Yeah, I know now. So, other than that, I'll follow up with you next week.
Okay.
All
See
right.
you next
Have a
week.
good day. Bye-bye.
You too.